I had a very dear friend in the business, and unfortunately she's no longer with us right now. Leigh was a wonderful person and a very close friend to me. She had a heart of gold. I don't know where to start with this video. There's so many things I want to say. I've lost a lot of friends in the business to suicide, and they've all taken a little piece of me with them. But Megan took the biggest piece. From the first time I met her, we hit it off. She was one of those people that it was easy to get along with. She was very down to earth, very sincere. And we got to know one another. Throughout time, we, opened up to one another and told each other, parts of our story. And this was around the time when I had my first son. And I explained to her, all the things that I had gone through with the miscarriages and the healing from the medicine man and, all the trouble that we had had with bringing our son into the world. And that's when she opened up to me and told me that she was a DES daughter. That means that when she was in her mother's womb, her mother took a medication to help her with severe morning sickness. And at the time, they didn't know it, but this particular medicine causes the daughters that were in the womb at the time to not be able to successfully carry babies. So because her mother took this drug and because they didn't know at the time, it's not her mother's fault at all, but she wasn't able to have children, and this hurt her very much. And of course, with what I had been through, I was very sensitive to such things, so I asked her if she would consider being the godmother of my son. And she said yes. And she was such a good godmother. She really was. She bought him all kinds of wonderful toys, fun toys, educational toys, took him places. She loved him like her own. She was really good with my son. And then I had my second son, and she came to my farm in southern Indiana and spent a week with me after he was born, helping me. And if I can find them, I'll put them in the video, but somewhere I've got pictures of her doing the dishes in my old farmhouse and, helping out. She wasn't above getting her hands dirty and doing what needed to be done to help and to actually be there for somebody that she cared about. And she was just a marvelous person, and she was very good to my children. We took many pictures while she was there, and the kids loved her. Well, my youngest was too young to know. He was just a newborn, but my oldest son, he loved her, and he felt very comfortable with her. And there's a picture of her with my son on her lap. And they're both very, happy, very comfortable with each other. You can tell by the look on their face. So, and this picture is very important. We'll get to that. So Megan, even though we were very close and we talked now and then and kept in close contact as best we could, we were on the road. She was dancing one place, I was dancing another. She lived in California, I lived in Indiana. So there wasn't a lot of opportunity for us to be with each other physically as much as we would have liked. But whenever we were in town or whenever we were at a convention and she was there, we carved out time so that we could all hang out. The kids, because they traveled with us everywhere we went, and her and us. We just, very good friends. So you can imagine my shock and grief when I found out that she took her life. It broke my heart. And I think the thing that really got to me was that she did it while holding that picture of my son in her arms, the picture of anyway, as you can tell, this is a wound that will never heal. It's been years, decades. My oldest son is in his mid-30s, so it's been a long time. That newborn son that she came to help me with, his daughter just turned 16. So it's been a while. But that's a raw wound. You know, there are many reasons that people give up, and I could go on about the things that faced her and the difficult relationships in her life and things that she shared with me, but it's irrelevant. We all have trials and tribulations. I just want you to know that no matter how bad you think it is, please don't do that. You don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. This was a hard video to do, but I loved Megan, and I'm not going to say her real name, but I called her by her real name, and she was a sister. She was a good friend. She was of a like mind, and